This has been a problematic intersection in the west end of Ottawa.
Located near Stittsville, it's where Flewellyn Road meets Shea Road. The intersection is skewed, often causing confusion for drivers. And now there are a lot more drivers using these two roads as the suburbs creep in closer to the countryside. That's led many people to voice their concerns about the dangers online and directly to the city. Among them, Brian Beattie, Stittsville resident, retired city bus operator, and an active member of this church on Flewellyn.
So I travel up and down Flewellyn 6 or more times a week. And it's just crazy busy, you know, and going straight right through is a problem, but turning is even worse. So this is what I do every time, okay? So as soon as you see this car coming towards us, literally I do this, not a word of a lie. I just go like that, just make sure my horn's still working, even though I know it works. But I do this, turn on my headlights, and I have it on high beam. Because people pull out and it's like they don't even see you.
Next, we tried turning at the intersection from Shea Road.
You're having to look two different directions, actually two different directions, left and right. Plus you're having to judge what that guy over there or that lady over there is going to be doing.
So you are really looking at all three.
Yeah, you actually are. I think the biggest deal is just people just can't manage the speed. They can't judge the speed and they pull out.
Which is what happened within minutes as I stood near the intersection. The vehicle on the left makes a turn onto Flewellyn, narrowly being missed by another driver going through the intersection, who then passes ahead of it. Brian Beattie has not only had or seen many close calls like this one, he had to jump in to help after one collision.
And right at the intersection, I saw this truck sideways, a big delivery truck, and he was stationary and the other car was up into the shoulder, very, very smashed up. And I asked the guy, I said, you know, are you okay? And he's going, I don't know what just happened. And I said, well, I think what you did was you pulled out in front of that big moving truck. And he said, oh my goodness.
According to the city, there were 16 collisions at the intersection in 2022, no data for 2023, and 8 reported collisions in 2024. That same year, the city added speed boards, flashing lights, and line painting to the sides of the roads. Safety measures that area councillor David Brown is hoping will help until there's a permanent fix.
It's not uncommon in the rural area to have skewed intersections. The real challenge that we have now, of course, is seeing tremendous amounts of growth in the suburban area of Ottawa. And as those larger suburban areas continue to encroach on what is traditionally rural infrastructure, we're starting to see that imbalance of heavy traffic volume with relatively light infrastructure.
Now a functional design study is underway, something he and other local councillors have pushed for. Brown says a four-way stop doesn't meet the provincial requirements because the offsets are so large.
We're looking at what type of intersection modification would be required, whether that's a signalized intersection or a roundabout.
Councillor Brown says the intersection will mostly be funded through development charges paid by new homeowners to the area. In a statement, the city said a tentative construction start date has been set for spring of 2028.
But of course, to make sure that we get the right solution, you have to take the time to actually examine what we will need, what will work.
Back on the road, Brian Beattie is hopeful that time will come soon.
We really need to get that intersection fixed sooner than later.